Welcome back, everyone. Sergeant Nick Boes is with us today from the Lima Highway Patrol. We're talking a little bit about pedestrian safety. The stats you guys provided from 2017, boy, the accidents involving pedestrians, it's really scary, isn't it?
It is. Since January 2017, there's been over 14,000 crashes involving pedestrians.
Yeah, and a lot of those are fatal crashes as well, nearly 1,000 of those, between 800 and 1,000. The other thing is, I just usually think, okay, it's a situation where a driver's not paying attention, but the stats you provide too, a third of the time, it's that person that's walking, it's their fault. What are they doing wrong?
Okay, so a lot of times if they're walking at night, they're wearing dark clothing. Sure. Okay, they're not facing traffic, so they don't see traffic coming. Traffic's coming behind them, and sometimes they get hit in the back.
And that's the law. You got to walk. If there's no sidewalk provided, you have to walk facing traffic, right?
You got to walk facing traffic and as close to the edge of the roadway as possible.
Yeah. The other thing we talked about, I come in early in the morning, and occasionally I'll have that happen. Somebody walks in front of you and like, oh my gosh, there they are wearing dark clothes. But there are a few people, and I know they're heading to work. They'll be on their bikes or they're walking. I remember you told me once, like, if you have a bike, make sure it's lit up like a Christmas tree, right? You want people to see you.
Exactly. You have that bike well lit, carry a flashlight, wear fluorescent clothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty popular stuff now. So
sure.
So if you have some bright green or orange and something that reflects, that's good stuff to have out there.
As you said, you can go to retailers now and get vests with reflective tape and bright yellow and green and orange and all that kind of good stuff too. So yeah, do that. Ideal is not the word for it, but what are the worst case scenario? What kind of conditions cause the most accidents involving pedestrians?
I would venture to say is people they're out at night and they're wearing dark clothing and again, not facing traffic. Okay, when you're out at night, when do people usually drink alcohol? Yeah. Usually it's at night, so you got to look out for impaired drivers. Distracted drivers are big ones now, and hitting pedestrians, so that's something we got to look out for. Yeah.
The other thing I think about, too, is some of the stats showed that you would think that these are pedestrians maybe walking downtown. Some of them happen literally a block away or right in front of their homes, simply because they're having parties, they're goofing around. As you said, that makes me think alcohol might be involved. They wander out in the street and they're just goofing around, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, it's illegal to walk down the roadway like intoxicated, so you can't be doing that.
Yeah. We did a story with you the other day, and you talked about distracted driving. From the driver's perspective, is that one of the issues that's causing these two?
Absolutely. It's people leaning down, looking at their phones, reaching for stuff. I mean, sometimes it's as simple as you have kids in the car and you're looking in your back seat at your kids. Yeah. And so, I mean, the main thing is when you're driving, eyes on the road.
Yeah, and the other thing, as you mentioned, if you're looking down at your phone, talking to your kids, that kind of thing, the distance you can drive before you look back up, it amazes you. I mean, you're going like the length of a football field before your eyes are back on the road. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. The other thing you were talking about, too, is crosswalks. And I know I live in Spencerville. There's a crosswalk there that's clearly marked, but I always stop there because I know people aren't going to stop. Is that a problem too, even though it's a clearly marked crosswalk? Sometimes with flashing lights, we got to watch those, right?
Absolutely. A lot of times in these in the cities, if there's a sidewalk or a crosswalk available, use that thing. It's a law.
Yeah. The other thing I think about too, and I was guilty of this when I was younger, I'd be riding my bike, and some reason in your brain as a bicyclist, you think, kind of skip some of these laws. But you're just like a car in the fact that you have to obey stop signs, everything that a motorist does, you as a bicyclist have to do, right?
Right. That same law applies to bicyclists as well.
Yeah. Be careful out there. Okay. And so the stats are scary. Is it education? Is it just a matter of getting the word out and hoping to decrease these?
Absolutely. I mean, we got to keep saying it over and over again. When you're out there, wear reflective clothing, bright clothing. Make sure that you are paying attention to the traffic out there.
Yeah, that's the key. All right. Thank you so much, Sergeant. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Seeing you. Delaware Medical News coming up next on Noon Edition.